Talk. I'm Brenda.
Hey everyone, I'm Yoseline. Welcome back. We're excited to be here again. It is the highlights of our week.
I know. It's a fun Friday. We are ending the week with some fun things to talk about.
Yes. I just enjoy coming in here. Like, I get right off the set and I'm like, woo, Brenda, let's start talking, gossiping. You know, it really is so enjoyable to have this little safe space for us.
Also, and then just being able to be at your desktop and actually, when I'm looking through pop culture stuff, I'm like, this is for work. So whoever else is doing it, you're not doing it for work.
What was I doing? Oh, I was making that ridiculous thumbnail that you saw in our last week's episode. And people would walk by and just be like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm editing a picture of me and Taylor Swift for work.
Yes, it is solely for work. We'd not be doing this for ourselves. It's for you guys entirely.
It's for you guys, and we love to do it. So,
with that being said, how was your week, Yoseline?
How was my weekend?
Let the people know.
You know what? My weekend was filled of, what did I do this weekend? Oh, I went to eat at okay. This is when you know you're in your 30s, guys. I was dead set to go out on Saturday all week. I had been like, I'm going out on Saturday. I'm going to that music festival, or I'm music
the
festival, the Earth Day, or I'm gonna go to the bar where they're having a Taylor Swift impersonator night.
Right.
So I was just like, heck yeah! I had picked the festival over the Taylor Swift impersonator because I'm like,
yeah,
this festival never happens. It's the first time. Let me just go try it out instead of I could go listen to Taylor Swift. Whatever. It's not like it's the real
at
thing.
Home. Yeah.
So come Friday night, I'm like, no one talked to me. No one talked to me. I'm not doing anything. I'm not.
Yeah.
It was so gross and humid out, and I just said, it's not gonna happen. So I just spent my day, did some errands in the morning, and then went to a friend's house to eat dinner, and that basically was the weekend roundup.
Your Friday or your Saturday?
Saturday.
That's what. Oh, yeah.
I made the
You made the executive decision to stay in, dude. That happens to me all the time. I'm like,
and I was
so
hyping
old.
people. I felt bad because I was hyping people up all week. Are you going to the festival? Are you going to the festival? And then
everybody went without you.
I know.
They're like, Yoseline, that flake.
So I was just like,
hyping us up for something.
One day I'll execute some Saturday plans where I'm like, let's go out.
Yeah. I haven't been into going out lately. I just prefer to, my friend came to visit this week, and, old Brenda would have been like, yeah, let's go out and drink. And new Brenda's like, we're going to watch a movie at home and play drinking.
The thought of going out and being out at 2 a.m. at a club or a bar
is
go to
work the next day at 9 a.m. I'm just like, nah, I'd rather be the person that nobody wants to hang out with.
Call me, let's have dinner at 7, start drinking, and be home by 11. What?
Yeah, sometimes when my friends are like, yeah, we kind of want to be home by midnight tonight, I'm like, I'm down. Whatever you want to do, let's do it. And then we're going to be home by midnight. I get to go to sleep or do whatever I want.
That sounds like a dream. Please sign me up.
Yeah.
Any day of the week for that.
Honestly, on the drive back from Whataburger, I had an existential crisis where I was like, next week, I'm turning 29. This is the last year of my 20s, and I am not where I thought I was going to be getting to 30. At 30, I was like, I'm going to already be set. I'm going to be ready to do something different. And now I'm like, a year is too short notice for me to figure it all out. And I'm just like, damn, I'm not where I wanted to be. But at the same time, I really don't care. I feel like age is just a number now. 30, that means, you're finally understanding adulthood a little bit more instead of learning. But you're always learning, but I feel like you're more of an adult. You've been through your 20s.
Yes, I will tell you that it does not change. You have that every year. Now leading up. Now I'm going to turn 32. So as a wiser, older friend over here, 30s are funner because you don't give a shit. You want to go out and friends, the whole going out and flaking on people, I'm okay with it because at the end of the night, I choose me.
Exactly.
It's little stuff like that where I think I was I always used to say, I low-key brag about it, but looking back at it, in my early 20s, I would go out Wednesday through Sunday. Like,
that used to be me too.
like, why?
Yeah,
why was I doing that?
know.
Like, and I think I allowed people in. Like, my time wasn't as valuable. And now if it's like, si no me nace, if I don't, like, I'm not going to struggle or accommodate to other people that I don't think or value, like, are adding to my time or value. Like, now my currency is my time.
I also feel like you assess relationships a lot more, you know. Honestly, I feel like your solid friendships kind of present themselves to you or are more obvious to you, who you're, like you said, who you're willing to give your time, because, you know, it's your time. Especially because we work a lot, and like you take work home with you because you never know when, you know.
Yeah, something will happen, or
Yeah,
someone,
exactly.
you know, something. And it's very true. As I said, you turn 30 and time becomes your currency, and you really think about who you want to hand it out to, who is worth the, like, okay, I'll stay up late for this person, or like, okay, I don't even know, I'll go to the bar for you.
Yeah, like it only takes certain type of people. But yeah, that was my my mood getting food. Like, I was so depressed going back home. I was like, damn, this is gonna be a sad lunch.
So your birthday is coming up, and
Yeah, it is. You see, like, even like thinking about how to celebrate, I'm just like, I just want time. I just don't want to do anything. Like, I'm so excited for next weekend because I'm not going to do a single thing. I don't want anybody to tell me to go out of town. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do anything I don't want to do because I'm just so tired.
Welcome to 30.
I know, right? I'm like pre.
Well, you're getting to 29.
I'm like 29.
But
I'm already boring, but yeah, that's my life. I went to a wedding this weekend.
Oh, yes.
That was pretty nice.
How was it? Because it was like cowboy road. What was it?
Yeah,
What is it called?
kind of-
Western or rodeo? Like,
I guess westerny, because a lot of people were wearing their cowboy boots. It was very country, I guess.
Oh, country, yeah.
It was in like maybe rural Texas, you can say. Very nice venue. It was at like a mill that had property on it, so it was right next to a river. It was really fun. I got to see some of Carlos's friends that I've become friends with. Cell, she watches the show. Shout out to Cell. Yeah, so it was a fun weekend. Went out of town, but you know, going out of town doing stuff just kind of makes you tired. So I'm like ready for the weekend to be here.
You're ready for a plan-free weekend.
Yeah. Just like watch TV. I feel like I haven't been able to just sit down and watch. Me and Carlos just started watching Succession.
Okay.
And it's pretty good. It took me a while to get into it, but it's getting pretty good. So I'm going to be one of those Succession people sooner or later. All right. Well, with that being said, let's get into our quick headlines.
Okay.
Here.
Or quick ones. Well, I almost gave up the first one, guys. Sorry, wrong page. Okay, guys, let's go through our fast headlines that we kind of just want to mention that it's happening, and if you're interested, you could do your own research. So basically, we did have Cinecon this weekend, which is some of the industry's hottest stars made appearances previewing some of the buzziest upcoming movies, from The Flash to The Little Mermaid to Barbie to Doom Part 2 to Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse to The Equalizer 3 and much more. One that kind of stood out to me was that Seth Rogen was there. He was on stage promoting the upcoming film Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. So it's just basically like a Comic-Con but just for movies coming up.
I had never heard of that prior, but looks pretty interesting. Honestly, seeing Ryan Gosling with that kind of like beach blondie kind of hair was interesting to me.
Do you think it's like, this is my new look, or I just do the whole
promo? Yeah, I think that's
thing?
going to be during the whole promo thing. I think that's going to be his aesthetic.
Because he's really tan. Like,
Yes.
it's uncomfortable. Like, Rob, I always say Margot Robbie. I always call her Robbie. Margot Robbie, like, she is obviously Barbie inspired, but it's still cute. It's not like, I feel like she's dressing up as Barbie.
I am just so happy she's out of her Chanel contract, because now she can actually wear...
Who was she wearing? Do you know?
I don't know, but it looks like, since she was with that Chanel contract forever, you saw all those like muted colors, boring outfits. Now you're seeing her in like stuff that like suits her body and that it's young and fun. So it was really cool to see that. Obviously Zendaya was there too for Dune. She's always killing it with everything. And yeah.
I think it was just a quick preview. I'm a movie gal, so I'm like excited. I really want to go see Guardians of the Galaxy and The Little Mermaid next month.
Yeah, doesn't Guardians of the Galaxy come out next week?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
like the first week of May.
Yeah, May 5th.
May 5th.
Blockbuster time is upon us.
Okay, so our other headline is, I actually don't know her last name, but Gabby, our former bachelorette, was off the Vine.
Right?
Wendy?
I think so.
She was a guest on Off the Vine, was with Caitlin Bristow.
Mm-hmm.
And she kind of, I think it's like the first time she kind of does a one-on-one interview. I kind of didn't realize it because she jumped from the Bachelorette to Dancing with the Stars to touring with the Dancing with the Stars. And she just gives a quick update about how she, you know, her season went and what's her life like, because we mentioned it before, she has been pretty flirty on social media with Vinny from Jersey Shore, because he was also a cast member during Dancing with the Stars. So some of the stuff she mentioned from her season, I kind of get the sense that it was like so chaotic and so like it felt fast because there were 2 bachelorettes. And
they had never done anything like that before, so I think it was just kind of like maybe production freaking out, like, what do we do?
Like, oh, she wants to talk to you.
Yeah, like, it's just a messy season.
She was asked about her crush within Bachelor Nation, and she said Tyler Cameron, but he would never like be on any of the Bachelor stuff.
She did say she would be on I was gonna say Love Island. I'm just
Bachelor in Paradise.
She said she would be in Bachelor in Paradise,
but she also said she wouldn't be down to be engaged, or she's
like just to go for fun.
Yeah, so I'm just like, then why are we getting mad at people at the end when they don't get engaged or take people seriously?
Also, last week Rachel, her co-bachelorette, was on the same show, and Caitlin Bristow asked her if she would go on the beach, and she smiled in that kind of like, oh, come on,
I'm heading to the beach.
Yeah, I think she might be going to the beach.
Eesh.
Which would be
on brand. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised.
But what she said about Vinny, though, I think it's so cute. Like, I hope they kind of have some future, but it just seems like it's probably going to just end up being friends.
She said that they basically do flirt online and they text a lot. And then the other days he started just messaging her on DMs, and she was just like, dude, we're like past DMs. Like, you're texting me, and she calls it out. She's like, are you flirting with me? He's like, yeah. She's like, do you like me? And he's like, yeah, I like you. But he has so much going on with, like, he hates LA. So she's in LA based.
And he's always filming
Jersey Shore and other stuff. So even though she says she loves long distance relationships,
I just think that they probably want to keep it as friends.
Yeah. They probably hook up.
And she said that she's been kind of on Raya and like seeing a couple people. So I think that she's kind of like in a... She's just focused on.
She's in a fun girl area.
Yeah, she's just focusing on fixing up her home.
Yeah,
she said a lot.
I wonder how much she like. I want to know how much she pays for that house. How much she, like it's just like all.
I'm curious, like, because sometimes she's like, I'm working on projects. Like, what are you working on?
She's like, I have upcoming stuff to do. I have a great team. I'm like, what are you doing?
Like, what would you attach your name to?
Nursing. So I could see her, because she used to be a nurse.
She said she probably wouldn't go back to it.
No, but I feel like she could come out with some kind of like
product or something.
Yeah, like I could see her investing in scrubs, like being a designer or something for nurses, for medical profession, because she legitimately was a nurse.
We'll see if
during
that's
the peak
true.
of, like, I think a lot of her people that follow her and relate to her are nurses. She said that in the podcast. So either that or just become your average influencer that just endorses brands.
Maybe something in the dancing world. Do you think like Dancing with the Stars would ask her to be like a dancer?
I don't think so. I think that would be disrespectful to the other dancers.
To the pros,
yeah.
Right?
Which, by the way, did you see Glen, the judge from Dancing with the Stars, passed away?
That was so out of nowhere, but it makes sense why he decided to leave.
Yeah, he said last season that it was his last season. He was retiring to spend more time with his family, and then he passed away. That breaks my heart when people say that. It's like, all this time you thought you were good.
R.I.P. to Glenn.
I know.
He was a good judge. I remember him for a long time.
He was the cutest.
And she did confirm that she is not dating Alan, that they're just friends.
Oh, yeah, that he's super flirty. Like,
with
Caitlin
everybody.
said that he's, like, super flirty with her. She's like, where are my headlines? Like, I want to be. But did you... Did you watch the full episode or listen to the full episode?
I didn't listen. I kind of dropped off when it got into like the what would Gabby do ending portion.
Okay. Did you hear the part where like a confession? Like the secret's like confess a secret or something? One of the co-hosts said that he filters his water and he never knew that he has like a thing where it filters his water. And he never knew that you have to change the filter because it doesn't open.
Oh my God.
So for the last week he has had like explosive diarrhea. He didn't know why. Until his like housekeeper was like, you don't clean the filter. And he's like, what are you talking about? So he opens and it looked like a turtle tank, like as dirty. And he's like, the worst part is that I have given people water from there. I was like laughing and like,
this is a PSA to clean out your filters.
Yes.
He was hilarious. Whoever
I like
he
him.
is, he was so funny. Like the question that Caitlin asked, like, if I were to die and I gave you permission to eat my body, what body part would you go for? Which is an interesting question to ask people, but I think they're funny. Like, I need to listen to her podcast more.
Yeah, I do like her. I like where she ended up in the Bachelor Nation.
Or maybe maybe Gabby will do a podcast. Who knows? She's funny. I think she's hilarious. She should do some. I think she'd be funnier than Katie to be a stand-up comedian. Like,
she's like, don't wait until I'm dead for that. Remember? I'm like, okay. So our next story, Mr. Pete Davidson is in the headlines again. So while the former Saturday Night Live star stopped to take photos for fans after attending the New York basketball team's game, the Knicks at Madison Square Garden on Sunday, one man got a little too close, prompting Davidson to take action. You see him shoving the man and kind of word like, get your hands off of me. So I watched it like 100%. That guy kind of looked annoying.
He kept going on him. Like,
he whispered something in his ear.
I mean, I think it's aggressive to like, well, I mean, he was just kind of like, get out of my space. But that guy kept like trying to get in every photo that he was taking for the other guys who were in the team, and like just being,
he kept saying something to his ear.
Yeah, you could tell that guy was drunk 1,000%.
Badger. But
yeah.
So our next story, Wrexham FC. Okay, so this story, Wrexham FC is a small British soccer club purchased in 2021 by American actors Ryan Reynolds and Rob, I can't say, McElhenney. He's the guy from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Has won sufficient games in this season to advance to a professional league for the first time in 50 years. So it's kind of like a Hollywood
a real life
story.
Ted Lasso.
Yes. So this team in Wales there's like a level, like I believe there's 3 levels in the soccer world in Europe. It's 1, 2, and 3. It's like, I don't remember. It's like Premier and League or something like that. They've been in the bottom one because they just can't move up. What happens in European soccer is, as a team, you're not good, you get demoted or you get promoted in these leagues. And they just have not been able to move up. So these 2 actors recently purchased them and have been investing money, and they have qualified to move up to the next level. So now they're, it's cool. There's a docuseries it's streaming now on Hulu. It's on FX, and it's basically the story. It's a docuseries behind these 2 guys purchasing the team. And it's like how they invested money, and like how the discussion is, because they were like, a lot of people, the team used to be owned by the town. So there was like a committee. So they had to convince, there had to be an election for them to be allowed to vote, to purchase the team.
In Wales. Interesting.
In Wales. Which I kind of want to go to this little town. It's super cute.
Have you watched the show?
I'm like on episode 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's like 18 episodes. Yeah, it's cute. I like it. Nice. If you like Ted Lasso, I think it's like
a similar vibe.
I used to see the promo and I thought it was like a scripted show. And I'm like, they're just copying Ted Lasso. How creative. And then it turns out to be a docuseries. I'm like, oh.
I'm sure they were inspired by
fun.
that. For sure.
Okay, so Morgan Wallen is a country star that I'm not too familiar or fan of. Personally, I don't care for him. A fan files a lawsuit against Morgan Wallen after the country singer canceled the performance in Mississippi, saying he lost his voice. The fan claims that they did not get a refund. So if you were probably on Twitter that day, my Twitter was TikTok, probably Twitter too, just fans were in location ready to go, and then they just come up and announcer is like, the performer has canceled, there's no show tonight, like leave and get your refund. And people were claiming that it was because he was like allegedly partying the night before, but then said he was sick the next day or some kind of excuse where it's like, well, if that excuse was true, why didn't you like let people know ahead of time before the whole stadium or arena, I don't know what it was full. His management has come out today saying that basically dismissing or not saying that the rumors about him partying the night before are not true, but we'll see a lot of upset fans.
A lot of people were upset. I know I saw a TikTok where this girl was freaking out and this guy was like, what is she upset about? And they like tagged the name. They're like, really? She's upset about not seeing this guy?
Yeah, I would be upset too because if there's a weather concern, which is a lot of the reasons why outdoor concerts might get canceled last minute because you're outdoors, a storm is coming, I get it. If the singer is sick, I think it's common courtesy to make the call a couple hours before people make it all the way there.
Not like right there. And
then. 2 minutes before you're on stage. Now, if you fell and broke your leg, unless you did it going up to the stairs to perform, I don't know. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see if these lawsuits actually really kind of follow through. Yeah. It might be hard to prove, but whether, if the person that sues wins, it might be like a president,
For sure.
Okay, so some wedding news because I'm kind of shocked, I guess, about this one. So wedding bells are ringing for celebrity hairstylist Chris Appleton and White Lotus actor Lucas Gage. Well, the couple posted on their respective Instagram photos on Wednesday that they recently wed in Las Vegas, and Kim Kardashian and country star Shania Twain played a vital role in their nuptials. Kim Kardashian was the aficionado. And then Shania Twain sang for them, which we found out they were dating a couple weeks ago, and now they're married.
I'm sure they're it's a whirlwind relationship, but damn, Chris Appleton.
I mean, Chris Appleton is gorgeous. I'd marry him.
I had seen him every now and then, but I was looking at his Instagram and I was like, damn, you're buff.
That jawline.
Your hair is just perfection. Your skin is flawless. Lucas Gage really nabbed a good one.
Yeah.
They looked really happy. I think in that clip where Shania's singing that song, it looks like he's getting kind of emotional, and I think they're just kind of cute. So
do they have a large age gap?
Oh, I feel like Chris Appleton will be close to 40.
I don't know if I'm associating a large age gap just because Lucas
he looks early 20s,
and he's
but I actually.
He's just new to the scene,
Yes, it could totally be that.
Let's see, Lucas Gage age?
He's 27.
27. Oh, he's not as young. I thought he was early 20s. And then Chris Appleton is 39.
Okay, so 10 years.
12. Yeah. 12. Okay.
Not too bad.
That's fine. I feel like after 25, your frontal lobe is developed. You should be able to make those decisions.
I feel like in the industry are way more grown up because of, especially if they've been there for a long time. So congratulations to them. Y'all are a cute couple.
Okay, so this next story is whatever. Okay, so the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle, has made her first appearance since announcing she won't be attending King Charles' coronation. And some are saying her gorgeous new look is suspiciously similar to sister-in-law Princess Kate Middleton. Markle debuted a slick straightened hairstyle as she appeared via video linked to her photographer friend TED Talk over the weekend, sparking speculation among social media watchers. So people are claiming she also had work done. So all I saw was her hair was slick, it was lighter, and
kind of reddish,
Auburn. And she looked tanner, and her freckles were covered up. And that's all I saw. They're saying that she got a nose job. It's no, I think she lost weight. I also think she lost weight because her face is also more her nose
structured.
Yeah,
her face looked it looked very pulled back here, more, and then you could see the definition in her chin.
I think she just lost weight, and also her hair was slicked back and it was like covering half of her face. So she automatically looked thinner.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Also the lighting, I mean,
And
they
also,
make
like,
impeccable lighting for these people for stuff like that. You don't see the
If
full
she
picture.
was insecure about anything in her face, she would have done it like in the beginning of her acting
prior,
career.
absolutely.
Like not right now that she is gorgeous. So whatever. Haters.
I really liked her hair color. I think it looks
too.
really good on her. And also in the Bachelor world, Becca Kufrin, the former Bachelorette, and Thomas, who's basically the villain in Katie's season. They're having a baby. They got together while they were in Paradise and got engaged. She proposed to him, then he proposed to her, and now they're having a bundle of joy. So good for them. Congratulations.
A bachelor baby. We love
a bachelor baby.
Yeah, not a lot of them have, make it that far.
It's so crazy how the long-lasting relationships are the ones on Paradise.
Interesting. It's because they say you actually do spend time with this person.
Oh, yeah. It's like a completely different kind of scene. And they're in your world, so they understand things a little bit more. It's just like dating people in your world.
Yeah.
There.
Any others? I'm done with those.
I can talk about really quickly for you Vanderpump Rules people.
Oh, yes.
I did watch this episode for this week. Obviously, it's just everybody knows there's something going on with Tom and Raquel. They just don't want to believe it. And so us knowing now the information, it's just so comical to watch. Like, just the little insinuations. Like, they're still going back and forth about the fact that Tom and Raquel were out together at the Abbey super late at night. Allie, which is James's girlfriend, was the one that saw them together. She approaches Sheena about it and basically is like, I don't know if you think it's weird. She's like, no, I don't think it's weird. And Allie asks her, oh, would you be comfortable with your husband being out with Raquel that late at night? And Sheena says, I would be comfortable if Raquel and him slept in the same bed together. Girl, I'm sure you're going to be eating your words right now because boy, oh boy, they're just like dumbfounded that people think Raquel would cheat with anybody. And it's just so funny to see. I just cannot wait for people to finally come to the realization that she is cheating with Sandoval. And in this next episode, which we will probably recap next week because it's going to be a good one.
Yes.
More of this is just coming to light. Lisa Vanderpump's husband or her see Tom and Raquel hanging out with each other while Ariana's gone in the hot tub together, and they approach Raquel about it. And yeah, things are gonna get interesting.
I think this is it. This is the
like
in a roller coaster.
I'm just like, how are you all so naive? Like it's there in front of you. You all just don't want to believe it.
I also don't like.
Hindsight is 20/20, I know, but
it's still like, okay, you trust your man, you trust your best friend. I know people that I would never think they'd ever sleep together, but it's just like, it's just respectful, not like, don't look, even though they would never, like, why would you be in a jacuzzi with your friend's boyfriend by yourself? You just don't do that because even though you two know that you'll never, it just like, why even make that a thing for
people
outsiders to judge, because that just brings stuff in.
Oh man, I am like counting the days till this finale or till they actually get to that confrontation, which we'll keep you posted on. But let's get into our topics because we got a couple of them. Topics, no recap this week.
Yes, so we just added another topic for this is what we are deep diving into today. Okay, well, the Kardashians have never shied away from the addressing the good, the bad, and the ugly parts of their very public life. And the new season 3 trailer of their Hulu reality show, The Kardashians, demonstrates exactly that with the hints of what comes next. So finally, we got that little teaser trailer a couple weeks ago, which was just like, we're going to talk about it. I'm like, talk about what? Because y'all have nothing going on. This one gives us a little bit more.
Yeah.
It basically goes over that Kim is going to speak a little bit more about her turmoil with Kanye and the divorce process and like
her breakup with Pete, which I didn't even realize was hard on her. You see her in this new kind of clip crying with Khloe basically at post breakup. And I think it's so wild because when Pete and her broke up, Pete was already like dating Emily Ratajkowski, all these other people, and Kim hasn't really been dating anybody, but it looks like she took it.
I think my opinion I think it was such a nice change for her after her relationship with Kanye. Like she was very much she wore the pants. She got the kids ready. She made the marriage work. She did this. She did that for him. And I think she was dating someone that was now infatuated with her, was in love with her. The boy sent Dibs, remember the ice cream to their plane, like with a small little gesture that probably she hadn't gotten in a while. And
I want to see like her explain the reasoning for the breakup because obviously the rumor was just like because she has kids, it's just not her. She's just dating, and I think he was more into it than she was. But
I think she might. Just me assuming again. I think that it hurts to not be able to be that person that person deserves. But at the end of the day, what's like, the truth. So he's like, I can't give you all that stuff.
And then the Kanye exploration is going to be interesting.
Yeah, they ask her.
Even like Kendall was like, "Oh, Kim's going through a lot with her ex-husband."
Yeah,
she doesn't even say his name.
And then the other part, Khloe and Tristan, like,
first of all, Khloe had melanoma.
Oh yeah,
the scar on her face. She never went public with that.
Yeah,
right?
she did.
Or did she?
No and yes. So there were pictures of her. When did the pictures come out? She had a Band-Aid on her face. You could barely see
I do remember that.
And she kind of just says it was like cancer and it was removed.
But that looked like showing the picture of, I guess, the surgery. Oh my God, that looked so crazy.
Yeah.
Like I'm glad she didn't scar because that could have been a really bad scar.
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
So we follow her again. And okay, so they allude that people are asking of her and Tristan are back together. And she's just like, the same story, like, he's the one that like thinks, but like, no. And I'm like,
already Dumois has like had people say that they are back together. They're just like keeping it on the DL.
I just don't get it, girl. Like,
it's the whole baby thing. Like they have babies together, so it's just gonna be.
But like, so does Scott and a bad example. They lasted like 10 years back and forth, but we're not going to feel sorry for you anymore, girl.
It's unfortunate. I feel like there's so many other people that would probably be well suited for her, but I think in her mind, it's something that's never going to be resolved. And they have children together, so it's kind of just like, we're family.
For me, I'm like the biggest believer of that really like cheesy quote, like, you accept the love you think you deserve. And that's exactly what it is. Obviously, she has had horrible past relationships with Lamar and everything like that. So at this point, it's like, well, is this the best she can do? Which is no, it's not. But in your head, like eventually insecurities win. And I know she does it for the kid. I know her parents are the perfect example of divorcing and co-parenting and just being separate. So it's not like she doesn't have an example and she can't say, well, I do it for the kids. It's like, no, you still have feelings for him and you see the best in people. But at the point,
I feel like she never was able to fully be in like a loving relationship with him because he was always cheating on her. So maybe she just wants that dream to be true, but it's just never going to be the case because he'll probably cheat on her again because once the cheater, always a cheater.
Like the first time I would have been like, okay, you're giving him a chance. Maybe it was a lapse of judgment with Jordan.
And they did give him a chance.
But not only was he cheated on you, he had a whole ass baby with someone else. Well, while you were trying to conceive with him another baby, and he never had the decency to tell you that this other girl, like, that's also a problem.
Until like the law, or till the like everything came to light.
Not only did he cheat on you and he got another girl pregnant, he kept it from you, knowing that you were trying to get pregnant and that you were like at least have the common courtesy and a respect to inform her what you're going through, because then she has the decision of being like, I don't want to get pregnant. And we get to find out the baby's name.
Yeah, starts with a T.
T. So she likes the whole like KK and TT. So,
and we're also going to see, apparently there's drama between Kourtney and Kim that we just didn't know about. I am so excited for that
Dumois
too.
has been saying that there are rumors that Kim and Kourtney haven't spoken to each other. They've been in non-talking terms, and this might be like the lead up to it. So they're basically saying that Kourtney is blaming Kim for using her wedding as a business opportunity
to get in with Dolce & Gabbana because it was Milan Fashion Week that they kind of debuted
the
Kim
archive
as
their face. Well, it was like both of them, because Kylie is their face for their sunglasses. So they did the whole Kim Kardashian archive show, and it was right after the wedding, so it kind of looked like, oh, okay, interesting.
I just thought Dolce & Gabbana was just working so closely with the Kardashians. I never thought, oh, why are they working with, like, did Kourtney expect to be the face of the line, or like,
so she's claiming she's claiming that the archive look runaway campaign is the same vibe as her wedding, so that she just copied her. That's what it seems.
Oh, okay.
And Kim was like, I
told them not to include the pieces from the wedding.
Don't show me wedding pieces because I don't want. And then I know she's talking. I don't think they're talking. I think that's going to be the big thing throughout the whole season.
Whose birthday was it? Oh, no, it was Chloe's birthday recently. We need to just check on somebody. When it was one of their birthdays, we need to check if Kim or Kourtney made a post about their birthday.
Yeah, and because Kourtney kind of says, like, at the end of the day, that's like her to a core, which is like, if you watch the Kardashians, you know what she referenced. Like, for them, everything was a job opportunity because they were hustling. Like, no disrespect, but who cares? Like, at the end of the day, like,
I don't think it was anything personal. I just think Kourtney is just always wanting to get upset over something new.
Yeah, I don't think, like, I wouldn't care if I had an event with a designer and my sister bonded with the designer and they came up with their own project. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I just got my whole ass wedding paid for. Like, why are you complaining? I don't know. And then the other thing is Kylie talks about that she wants to have beauty standards of how they're contributing to that, because according to her, she doesn't want her daughter to touch anything like she did. And we're referring to her, you know, what will she admit to?
Yeah, I mean, which is interesting because she just did an interview on a magazine where she said she didn't have any work done. I guess only the fillers. So if that's the only thing, I don't think that's such a big deal. But it just kind of makes me wonder if she did something else. Which there's no judgment, but like, why are you gonna say one thing?
Yeah, I also just think, like, I think we all have different definitions of work.
Yeah, there you go.
So I could say, well, I've never had surgery. I've never had plastic surgery, but hey, I've had Botox. Like, do you consider that work? It was work on your face. Was I under the knife? No. Yeah. So you know,
the wording of everything. Right?
Yeah, it really does. I think that's kind of it for the Kardashians.
And then speaking of Scott's ex,
yes,
let's get into what people have been talking about this whole last weekend.
So over the weekend, Sofia Richie wed music executive Elliot. Do you know how to say his last name? Grange. She unexpectedly joined the TikTok. Oh, it sounded like super old. She unexpectedly joined TikTok during her wedding week and shared a series of behind-the-scenes footage. Viewers adored Richie's casual attitude and swooned over her exquisite star-studded wedding, making her one of the it girls of the season. And I'm just like, I'm obsessed with her.
I know you share photos of it.
I'm like obsessed with it. Okay, I saw the funniest thing that Sofia Richie's wedding is what Nicole Peltz thought her wedding was going to be, which is,
I saw that too.
Like,
probably
everything,
1,000%.
The south of France, the Chanel custom,
Vogue interview,
the
video.
Vogue,
Nicola Peltz didn't do a Vogue interview, did she?
Did she? Yeah, they do. They do after.
They did a spread.
They did, but I think they just grabbed quotes because I think they ask you, like, about your design, but I don't think they published a lot like how they
okay.
did for her. Her joining TikTok and just making videos of get ready with me. Like she would do like these cute little bathroom videos of her getting ready for her like arrival dinner, her rehearsal dinner, and it was just like, and of course like she had epic people there.
She did. Paris Hilton. She had obviously Good Charlotte is in her family, so like they were performing. They had Cameron Diaz there, obviously for
Their
marriage,
sister-in-laws,
whatever.
yeah, or
It just looked like a beautiful wedding. It was at one of the most famous like hotels,
In south of
compounds in the south of France, like worth millions of dollars. So Elliot's dad, well, Elliot's a music producer. His dad is a big time music producer representing people
Executive.
like ABBA,
Yeah.
all those other, and the wife is a princess.
lady. She's
Or
a lady.
Okay, sorry.
So she's a lady. So people are asking, will she get the title? Like, I think it is. I think those are like handed down.
Oh, okay. How cool. Like, she literally married into royalty. Going from Scott Disick.
Do we need a date?
I know, right? Obviously a lot of people commenting on how her fashion has evolved. She went from like teen girl going out in the club to woman who's worth $1 million that's been, I don't know, in her state.
Like old money. Old wealth.
Look. Yeah. I liked her wedding dress. I'm just not a fan of that kind of
The neck.
the style of the neck, but gorgeous beading. It looked beautiful on her. Was not a fan of the rehearsal dinner dress.
one was
But
it?
like the neck
Oh,
looked
yes.
so wide on her. It looked very loose.
I thought it was pretty, but yeah, it ate her basically.
yeah, it looked very 80s.
I love the
which I'm
after party
I love
dress.
the after party dress. Gorgeous dress.
Yes.
Absolutely gorgeous. So congratulations to them. Like literally dream.
Yeah.
Vogue.
Like now I'm just like looking at her style. Like it's just so
I love her
classic.
style.
So
the
nice.
evolution of Sofia Richie is so crazy.
Yes.
To me.
Good job for her.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see what else we get from her. She is the it girl of the summer now.
Yes, we will be following
We will
along.
be watching.
Okay, so Coachella weekend number 2 happened, guys. And not a lot of things happened, but 2 big things happened. Well, kind of 3. We told you that Frank Ocean had dropped out, so Blink-182 just took the spot for headliner. Okay, congratulations, Blink-182. Good for you. So Bad Bunny once again is taking the stage out there. Fans of the singer quickly noticed that his ex-girlfriend, Gabriela, was attending the festival. However, online users went crazy when she was spotted 2 rows behind his new apparent girlfriend, Kendall Jenner, and awkward. So his ex-girlfriend went there on a brand trip with Neutrogena Latin America, and she was frolicking around the grounds, and the question was, is she gonna go to Bad Bunny's set?
And is she gonna perform during
yeah.
El Pagón? Because she has that part in it. Obviously, she's not gonna perform. People. The fact that I kept seeing TikToks like waiting to see if she's gonna why would she? Like, it didn't seem like it was an amicable thing.
But she was in the VIP area, which is his people.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe they are cool.
Maybe they are cool. She was just right by Kendall, which
literally
is
like
awkward.
right next to them. Like, she can actually dance. Kendall can't really dance. So
Question: if you were her, would you go?
I would go.
Knowing that everyone's staring at you because you're the ex and the girlfriend's there?
Yes, because then at least your name is being mentioned.
Well, it would have been mentioned as in like she didn't go. So which one would you rather?
Oh, I would have gone.
Yeah.
Like, I would have gone just so I could be like, I'm gonna go. F that. I'm gonna be there to have fun. I like his music, even though he's my ex. I actually did, guys. I was awake for this one. I watched it. It was really, really good. Oh my God, it was so good.
Was there a special guest?
He had so many special guests.
really?
He had the guys from the Valley.
Oh, yeah.
For that big song. He had these other guys I don't know. He had this other guy I don't know. But it was so much fun to watch. Ojitos Lindos. When he was singing that song, there's a TikTok where Kendall's walking up and he smiles at her. And she's like smiling back at him. I think it was cute. I think they're kind of cute. They actually just had a picture out and about. They went to a Tyler the Creator concert. They just look happy, like they're having fun. Like, I know a lot of people hate them. I get it. It's kind of just like you gave up on, your women. But I think they're cute. I don't think they're gonna last forever.
Yeah, maybe it's just a summer thing.
Yeah, summer
Another
fling.
thing that I didn't bring up weekend one, which was an issue during Bad Bunny's performance. There's a tweet that goes on one of his.
Yeah.
It's just part of the design. A tweet comes up, and I don't know the exact quote, but it basically disses Harry Styles for winning Album of the Year of the Grammys. And a lot of people were talking about, like, dude, like, don't be a hater. Like, fair is fair, whatever. Well,
they fixed it.
They fixed it this week. It was a tweet by Bad Bunny saying, like, a mistake from my team. All love, Harry. Like, heart emoji. Like, awkward. That's all. Yeah, that's all. I'm just like, okay.
And then let's go into the big moment of Coachella, because of course this woman brought down the house at Coachella.
What can she do?
I know, it makes me
Zendaya marked her return to music in a show-stopping ensemble. On Saturday, April 22nd, the actress, singer, and producer unexpectedly joined Labyrinth on stage on Coachella to perform 2 songs from the Euphoria. I was going to say Euphoria soundtrack. The duet was Zendaya's first live music act in over 7 years. And whoa, like,
the amount of noise the crowd was making. I think I saw a tweet that I've never heard a crowd like this at Coachella.
Yeah.
Of course it's for Zendaya because she's
First of all, her
freaking
hair.
queen. Yeah, her everything. The outfit was perfect. The hair was, the makeup, the earrings. She can do no wrong, and it makes me like...
I wish we could have heard her more. I don't think she sounded bad.
No, the crowd was overpowering.
Just, like,
they needed to raise her mic. Like, you could tell she was kind of nervous. I mean, it's been 7 years since she sang.
Yeah.
It was kind of like out of nowhere, so I'm not sure she had a whole lot of rehearsal time.
I don't think so either, because she put on Instagram, like, we pulled through for a fam, and it was a picture of her and Labyrinth, and then she was on, like in bed and, like, rolled up. I think you might have sent it to me too. She's just like, I cannot hear myself. Like, thank you for singing along, because that's the only time I actually knew where we were in the song, because I couldn't hear myself. I went back to look at some images when she's, like, saying goodbye. She, like, takes off her earpieces, and she's like
wow.
Whoa. Like, no wonder I couldn't hear anything. They just needed to put her stuff out. But I'm like,
she killed it.
Lucky.
Like, even like the fact that she hadn't practiced in a long time, she was still singing well. Like, man, why are you so perfect? How is this allowed? But it's okay because it's you.
Truly.
But yeah, that's what happened at Coachella, and that is the end of Coachella. So we'll see what happens.
See you next year.
All right. And speaking of our Euphoria cast,
yes. So Miss Sydney Sweeney is just in the headlines with this web. Okay, so there's this rumor that Sydney Sweeney and Glen Powell, who are co-starring in a new romance rom-com, it's just sparking some buzz since they've been seen cozying up to each other ahead of the release of their new film. So these, people have been saying, like, they're a little too cozy. They each respectively have their own relationships. Sydney's engaged. He has a girlfriend.
He was with that girlfriend for 5 years.
Gigi Paris, his girlfriend, is fueling the speculations that she and Glen Powell have called it quits. The designer shared a cryptic Instagram post on Wednesday shortly after she unfollowed.
She's unfollowed Sydney and Glen.
Yeah, she unfollowed him on the app. And the quote on her post says, "Know your worth and on to the next." She captioned a video of herself walking along the sidewalk as she turned to the camera. Flash a smile.
So literally, I don't know how long ago it was, but it was in the middle of their whole production in Sydney, Australia, because they did film in Sydney. Basically, it was like kind of pictures of them going on a tour, I guess doing like a little tour of the city before production or whatever. They look like they were in a couple. Like, they were holding each other, and one, she's wearing his jacket. They hung out with the family. Like, she spent Easter with his family over there. Like, there was a behind-the-scenes photo of her, like, in his arms as he dips her down. Like, you all, maybe it's for the movie, but it looks a little too intense. Like, you could tell they're both in love with each other. They're just in relationships and and are being faithful. Who knows what's going on?
Okay, there is the chance that this is a PR move, and obviously the girlfriend is like, well, it's kind of making me look stupid. Can we not do that? And it could either, they are trying 100% sure they're trying to give the message that there's something going on. Now, is it real or PR? I don't know, but there is something going on there.
I think it was meant to be PR originally, and that they caught feelings, or they, because like you don't look at somebody in. Have you seen the pictures of the way Sydney looks into his eyes? She's always like, no one else is there when he's there. And I think similar to him, like they always have their eyes on each other. If you see the clips of them making out for the movie, that is some good making out. Like they must have enjoyed it.
I do want to say the worst part, or like the most cringe part, is that people are shipping it. So now it's just like, I thought we were against cheating, y'all.
Yeah,
like,
this is another Mr. and Mrs. Smith. This is Mr. and Mrs. Smith 2.0.
And she's engaged, so...
Okay, so yeah, she's engaged. A lot of people saw him out and about with the dog recently, like walking her dog. I'm sure they live together, but we all know her dog. She always posts about him often. But I don't know if it was the Daily Mail. I saw a TikTok where it was some, I guess, British tabloid. A photographer caught images of him leaving the apartment with a garment bag, like several bags with them, and the dogs or something. Like he kept taking stuff out. Now, I don't know if that means he was just going out of town or if they've broken up, but I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they ended up together, Glen and Sydney, because I think while maybe nothing is going on between them, and it's probably just PR because their reps said that they are still in their respective relationships, or they're not, whatever. I think that maybe down the line something's going to happen between them, because I don't know.
It's just the chemistry. It's just
yeah, the chemistry is... They really casted those actors pretty well for that movie.
I mean, the movie better be good.
And it's rated R. It is a rated R rom-com. When is the last time we've seen that?
What does that mean? Is she naked?
I don't know.
Probably.
Maybe. Who knows? But I totally think these guys fell in love on set. And I think it's proof with the fact that his girlfriend broke up with him. Like, so for me, it'd be like, if my boyfriend was an actor and he's like, look, babe, I got to do this whole PR thing with Sydney Sweeney. I would be like, okay, just don't take it, like, don't embarrass me. Or like you said earlier, like
I look dumb.
Yeah, like, just don't do your job, but make it so that I know at the end of the day that, we're good. But I feel like it had to be more for her to break up with him.
I think so too, because you could easily like start those rumors, or like, oh, insiders on set said that they got cozy, but there's just never pictures. It's just people trying to push this narrative, and you're like, okay, well, whatever. I know they're probably pushing it because it's a PR stunt, but then you see all these other stuff. It's just like, did you really have to? Did she really have to spend Easter with you? Like,
you and the fam? Like, super weird.
Where's my invite?
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know. I know I would feel uncomfortable. And she unfollowed Sydney Sweeney first. So I don't know. There is something going on there, and we're just going to have to see what happens. But I'm sure this is creating a lot of good buzz for the movie.
I know. I don't even know what the movie's called, or I don't even know when it comes out.
I heard what it was called and I forgot. But actually, they were also at the comic Cinecon thing. Once again, she is just staring deep into his eyes like no one else is there. So, yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. Only time will tell if they actually end up together. I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yay. So just a reminder that we are still reading our book of the month, The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. That will be posted next week, right? Is it next week?
Yes. Or maybe the following week, because Yoseline will not be with us.
Oh, yeah. I'm not
for
dying
a short amount of time. No. Yeah, Yoseline is taking a well-deserved vacation very soon.
We need to figure out what we want to do.
Yeah, the same thing might be happening to me in September, so just expect some gaps. But I think maybe we could fill the book with that week and just kind of have the book, just to give people an extra week to read in case they kind of started late.
Yeah.
I know I still need a little bit more time to finish. Not that the book isn't good, like I'm telling you now, like it's totally like stuff that I'm interested in, old Hollywood, getting to know that whole kind of scene is fun for me. I'm just busy. I've just been pretty busy.
She's a busy girl.
You're busy too.
I know. I haven't.
We're
I
all
haven't.
busy.
Okay.
But
We all could sing.
we all sing. Okay. But yeah, that's all our time. But yeah, like we mentioned, we are on YouTube.
Yeah, just go on our Instagram, pop off the clock to get all the links for that. See you there, guys.
All right, guys. Bye.